Schmincke Academy Gouache versus Arteza Premium Gouache. I don't have exact colours in Arteza Premium Gouache to match the Schmincke. I've done near as damn it. So the Schmincke in the set of 8, there are the lemon yellow. And here is lemon yellow in Arteza. Obviously white and white. Vermilion is in the Schmincke, but then in the Schmincke set is carmine, and I didn't have any in my set of 24 of Arteza, so I chose rose. Then there's ultramarine in both sets, but then this one was Paflo, or however you say it, blue, I think, or no, it's green, like a greeny blue, so say turquoisey. So anyway, I chose sap green for that. Then there's yellow ochre in the Academy Gouache, and there's yellow ochre in the Arteza. And then there's black in the Academy Gouache. Just found the crimson red by Arteza, so I'll substitute that. So it's a more fair test. Hi guys, this is Voice Over Me. Just to say that while I was painting this with the palette knife, once it had dried, it then was cracking. There were parts of it flaking. So I then, I put the paint into a dirty palette, so I cleaned the whole palette out, and I used a clean palette for the rest of my tests. So let's continue. So the test wasn't completely how I liked when it was finished. So I'm going to do another one for you to see. You can see Arteza is on the right and Schmincke is on the left. And we're going to go into a time lapse. I just wanted to let you know that I was noticing that the Arteza, when I do the sky, the paint was going further, if that makes sense. So, though I was pouring it from the tube, not a lot of it, it seemed it was going further, hence it was thicker. And I noticed that the Arteza red was cracking when dry. So I then moved on to do my final third test to see if it would be better. It looks like a bomb's gone off, but in the middle of chaos, surprises can be discovered. Some not so good, and others quite intriguing. And this is what I'm talking about. It's drying at the moment and we're not quite finished, but I just can't really get over. This is a shock to me because this is not supposed to happen. I think you can see what I mean. About vividness I'm looking at, and flatness. Okay, the green, I probably shouldn't have bothered doing the green, because that in itself was not fair to Schmincke and Arteza, because in the set of 24 Arteza there was no Paflo blue, or Paflo green, whatever it was, I can't remember. That in the Schmincke tray it was there, and I was using it here, and then I went over the top of it using ultramarine blue and lemon yellow to try and match it to the Arteza. But if you ignore that and you look for how vivid things are, how flat or how textured things are, that is what I'm comparing. And at the moment, the Arteza, if you apply it thick, it dries, leaving texture, which is unheard of with gouache. It always dries flat. Now, here, I applied the sky with the brush, like I did with the Arteza, except I applied the Arteza directly from the tube onto the paper, like you saw. From the Schmincke, it was already in the tray, and that's how I did that. However, with the grass, the Schmincke I did use direct to begin with, and it was still drying flat, using that Paflo blue, and then I changed and went to the tray. But there were still thick layers, but it's drying flat. Now, if you like things to be completely flat, that's great. But I do like this option, that you can have texture if you want. And just compare the sky. It's drying, obviously, but just look at the dark blues at the top corner. I'm just, I don't, you let me know in the comments below who you think are winning or who won. Because I'm stunned. Remember, Arteza, €17.99. Schmincke AKADEMIE, just under €40. It was like €38.90 for 60ml tubes, 8 of them. $17.99, 24 tubes, each 12ml. Using the Arteza gouache neat with hardly any water, it has started cracking. It's not coming off the page, it's just underneath the surface. You can stroke it and it's not coming off. See if I can get closer to show you. Rubbing over, it's not coming off. But there is definite, looks like cracking, but it's adding a nice texture. The Schmincke, get rid of my light, it's just quickly. The Schmincke, again we put it on thick, but there's no cracking. But the Arteza is more vivid. Doing one last test, and I've got a separate palette for the Schmincke gouache, already mixed with the palette knife, and we're having a limited colour palette. 4 colours, and 4 colours in there, fresh paint. And we're going into a time lapse again. was painted off camera, and the paint is still quite thick and the red has not cracked.